It has been quite a few months since I bought any books. I have been on a very strict book buying ban. I think it might be time we finally broke it. I was speaking with my book club the other day, and there is a book warehouse very close to where we all live, only like a 45-minute drive away, which I don't know what I did in a past life to deserve that, but I did something glorious. I did something wonderful because somehow this book warehouse is just down the road from us, and I have been twice, I think, before. I've taken you guys both times, and one of my friends has been once before and no one else has been. Everybody else is going for the first time, and we were planning this trip, and technically I am on a book buying ban, but it would quite literally be rude not to go. It would quite literally be rude, so I had to. I literally have to go. So we are going to one of my literal favourite places on the planet. If you've been to this channel before, you might know what I'm talking about. It is a book warehouse called 66 Books. They buy in, or have, I don't know how they acquire it, the extra stock of books that maybe don't sell or the publisher ordered too many. Oh, this is so dark. Okay, sorry. Had to fix the lighting. Anyway, we're back. This warehouse basically has a bunch of stock from publishers who, I guess, over-ordered their books, or they maybe just haven't sold as many copies as they thought they were going to. Basically, this warehouse has extra copies of books. I don't fully understand the science behind it. If you go to their website, I'm sure they explain it much more coherently than I just did. But basically they have loads of leftover books from publishers having ordered extra copies, and they sell those books at a 70% off mark. So brand new books for 30% of the retail cost. And it's 40 minutes from my house. As I say, I have done this video a couple times before. I've brought you guys along. It is such a fun experience. You queue up at the warehouse. This time that we went, I've already been. I forgot to film the introduction, so we're just doing this now. This time that I went, I think we queued for maybe 15 minutes, which I've seen the queues be really long, and I've seen it be like no queues at all. So be prepared to queue a little bit if you're gonna go. Also, do check the dates. You cannot go during the week. You can only go on set weekends. So do check the website, because the guy did say when we were there that sometimes people just rock up on a Monday and they've traveled like 4 hours and they won't let you in because it's just a normal warehouse during the week. Check which weekends they're open. But it is a lot of fun. It's literally just a giant warehouse. There are books everywhere, so you kind of have to search around a little bit. There's not necessarily an order to everything. They're not organised into author or genre or anything like that. So it's just a super fun experience, even if you don't end up buying anything, although we did buy books. We very much bought books. So pretend that I haven't been yet. I'm going to take you along now. I've got lots of footage of the warehouse and the books and all that fun stuff. So I'll take you along now, and then we will come back and we will do not only my haul, but everyone in my book club's haul. Okay, enjoy. Let's go to 66 Books.
How many burgers and fries did we eat on takeaway nights? How many miles did we burn just to see a little of the world? How many times did we say we'll forever be this way? How many days did we spend wishing we would never have to end? We weren't perfect for each other, but we were running away from another love. Couldn't get enough. Did everything we dreamed of in 2016 in Seattle. I hope you know that I'm thankful for all we did and all we tried to do. Sometimes I still dream of you, and some evenings I still feel it. I crack a smile when my heart's bleeding on the floor. I guess you cleaned out my drawer, we don't talk anymore.
And we're back. Technically, I did actually do this trip yesterday. I just completely forgot to film any sort of introduction for it. So it's the same me that was here 3 minutes ago. But nonetheless, hi, hello, welcome back. How are you doing? Thanks for staying. Who wants a book haul? I cannot tell you how excited I am about some of the books that I got. I'm going to run you through everything that I got now, and then I also got footage while we were at 66 Books of everyone in my book club, what they all got, like little mini book hauls. So once we've done my book haul, you can also go see what they all got and introduce the book club to you guys, because they are literally the book besties and I love them all very much. But first, we're doing my books. Okay. First up, the only book that I so nearly got and then took out of my basket right at the end was, what is it called? The Grace Year? Is that what it's called? Now, I need your guys' help because I was going to get it because I think the concept is so intriguing. That being said, I suddenly can't remember the concept. Oh yeah, it's about these girls, and then when they turn 16, they're basically banished for a year. And I think it's everything that they do within that year. I think it's meant to be like a really feminist story. I don't know, every time I've heard somebody talk about it, I think it sounds really, really intriguing. I was gonna get it, but then I remembered it was YA. And YA is like hit or miss for me. Sometimes it can be really, really great, and sometimes I find it a bit too young for me. So basically, if you've read that book, tell me your thoughts. Is it quite young YA, or is it a more mature YA? Is it somewhere in the middle? Basically, if you've read that book, let me know. And let me know if next time I go, I should get it, or if I should just get it somewhere else in the meantime. Anyway, that's the only book that I nearly got but didn't end up picking up. Now, onto the books that I did get. Can I just say, I am literally so excited. I tried to be so careful about the books that I bought, so I've only bought books that I am like ridiculously excited to read, because you know I've got a big TBR. And I will say, I'm doing an amazing job this year of reading my TBR. I am fighting for my life to get that TBR done. Although I did literally say that to my dad yesterday, and he was like, you're not fighting very hard because you just went book shopping. Anyway, these are the books that I got, so let's chat about them. Where do we start? Okay. Me and multiple people in my book club got this because we were so excited. I have never seen this author in 66 Books before, so best believe I was picking it up. This was the only book of his that I found anyway. As I say, authors don't tend to be together, so there might have been more, but this was the only one that I found. We have a Fredrik Backman, and I got Britt Marie Was Here. I just read A Man Called Ove. Well, I say just, like a few months back. Really, really loved it. It made me sob. I'm excited to read more of his because I literally just love his writing style. Do I know what this is about? Literally not at all. Literally not at all. But I am so excited to read more from him. So let's find out together. We are following Britt Marie. She is a fussy, passive-aggressive busybody. Love that. But she's going to be lovable, isn't she? Because it's Fredrik Backman. She finds herself alone for the first time in a decade. Is this going to make me cry as well, Fredrik Backman? Oh, classic, classic Fredrik. We're in a small town full of big-hearted misfits. And it says, can Britt Marie find a place where she truly belongs? The blurb doesn't give you a whole lot, but love the cover. Love how closely it matches A Man Called Ove. Big fan of that. Should we read the first line together? Oh, the first line is forks, knives, spoons, in that order. I just know we're going to follow a flawed main character who we are going to end up loving, and then Fredrik Backman is probably going to do something horrible to the character and make me cry. So, excited for that. I just love Fredrik Backman's writing style. His little, like, jokey asides. He has this such unusual but, like, beautiful wit to the way that he writes. And I'm excited to finally read more from him. So that was the first book that I got. As I said, multiple people in my book club ended up picking this up. Everyone in my book club also picked up, other than me because I already own it, a copy of Notes on an Execution, because I think that is now going to be either this month's book club pick or like a book club soon, because we wanted to all find a book that we could read together at 66 Books, even though we ended up picking one that I already owned, but like, that works for me. Another one off the TBR. So they're all picking that one up, which I'm very, very excited about. That is something to do with a man on death row, and it's like following the stories of the women involved. I think it's like a police detective, and I'm not sure who else, but that's like the vague gist of that story, and I've heard really, really good things about that. Okay, next up I got Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. Also, what a wacky cover. This book is a book that is always like listed with other books that I love. Whenever I see like wacky female rage type literary fiction, which is very much my thing, I always see my favourites, and then I see this book always listed together. So I kind of just had to pick it up. This is following a full-time mother, and I think her husband is away a lot and she is lonely and exhausted. It says one more toddler bedtime and she fears she might lose her mind. And then I think she starts turning into a dog. I think. It's something to do with that. It says new appetites, new instincts, and from deep within herself, a new voice. I don't know if it's quite as literal as that, or I don't really know, but I think it's like a female rage type story. I mean, listen, I just loved a book about a man turning into a great white shark, so why not a woman turning into a dog? That tracks, right? I think this is meant to be quite like female rage, maybe horror elements, like graphic, gross, literary-ness, weirdness. I don't really know what to expect. I actually haven't heard any reviews of this. I've just seen it like floating around on like Instagram and, as I say, paired with lots of books that I love. So I have high hopes, and it's also like a very small book. It's only 230 pages, so best believe I'm gonna fly through this. I'm really excited for this. I'm gonna try and pick it up ASAP. Then a book that I very nearly bought last time. I was at 66 books, but I didn't, and I regretted it. And then I went this time and it was still there, and it was right at the top shelf. I had to get the step ladder out. I could barely reach it, but it was all worth it because I'm completing a trilogy, and that is, of course, Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. I just read The Friend Zone, literally loved the writing style. Haven't picked up the Happy Ever After playlist yet, but I do own it. And based on how The Friend Zone left off, very excited. / scared to pick up the Happy Ever After playlist. And then this is book number 3. Now, I'm not going to read you the blurb of this. I'm not even going to look at it because I looked at the blurb for the second one, the Happy Ever After playlist, and it low-key kind of completely ruined the ending of The Friend Zone. I don't know how interconnected this one is or if it's going to ruin either of the other two. Nonetheless, not touching it, not looking at it because I made that mistake once and I'm not doing it again. Okay, I saw a name. Why did I say I'm not looking at it and then immediately looked at it? I saw a name that I don't recognise. I'm not looking, okay, because I made this mistake last time and I'm not doing it. But I love that every single one of them seems to involve a dog. Big fan of that. The first one was absolutely gorgeous. Loved the writing style. I didn't cry at it like a lot of people do, but I think that was largely because I ruined the ending for myself and I knew exactly how it was going to end. But book number 2, I am very excited for. As I say, a little bit scared. I do think it's going to break my heart, but yeah, I'm excited to have the third one because last time I didn't pick it up and my friend did, and then I got book envy. Is that a thing? Like food envy? I got book envy. I was like, I should have got the third one as well. And then they still had it. They also, strangely enough, had 2 versions of this cover, but they were so similar. It was just like a different font. I don't know. So I'm really hoping I got the one that matches my other ones. Not that it really matters, but like, it kind of does. It matters to me. And then I got this book literally right at the end. There's a table right before checkout where I think a lot of people just take books out and leave them on the table. And I always go through that table because there's often hidden gems. Like the last time I did this trip, I ended up finding the last 2 Scythe books just on that table and I never saw like any other copies of that book. And I had the exact same thing again. I don't know where this book was or any of this author's books. Like, they were clearly there, but I don't know where. But I managed to find The Rachel Incident by Caroline O'Donoghue. When I tell you, I was so excited when I found this. She also had another book of hers. It was called Young Pretty People or Young People Women, no, not that one, something like that. But my friend found that one and I was like, oh damn, I really wanted to read something by that author. And then I literally found this one like 30 seconds later. So, was very excited with that. I also saw this author do a pub quiz type thing when I was living in Edinburgh at the summer, and she is funny and I was like, yeah, I want to read The Rachel Incident, and I was so excited when I finally found it, and so last minute as well. Like, we were literally about to check out and I was like, yeah, give me that book. So this one is set in Cork and it says, everyone remembers the Rachel incident, but what really happened? We are following Rachel and James, 2 20-somethings who met at a bookstore, say no more, become best friends and spend one unforgettable year screwing up and growing up. That's all the blurb gives you. I think it's meant to be like maybe coming of age, but messy 20-somethingness. It's a subgenre that I just adore. I don't know what the genre's called, but people being messy in their 20s is very relatable and I love it, and I've heard literally the best things about this book. I'm so excited. Am I angry that there is a fake TikTok sticker on the front of the cover? Yes. Yes. Nonetheless, I got it for 70% off, so I can't really complain. She says, still complaining. It's also so floppy, so best believe I'm excited for that reading experience. I just have a feeling that I'm gonna love this. Again, I've seen this floating around everywhere. Somehow have actually never seen a review of it, but you know when you just get a feeling? I've just seen Gabrielle Zevin. Gabrielle Zevin, author of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, she has quoted it. She said, "You will love The Rachel Incident." And you know what? Frankly, I believe her. I believe Gabrielle Zevin. I do think I'm gonna love it. And that, my friends, is actually my haul done. I only got 4 books. Best believe I could have gone crazy. I could have got a lot, but as I say, I'm trying to be very mindful of the books that I am buying, and I am incredibly excited for all of these. Got a couple of literary fictions, I guess like a contemporary fiction and a romance, also completing a series, so just a bonus. But while I was at 66 Books, I also forced all of my friends to film their little book hauls. I'm kidding, I didn't force them, I asked them very nicely and they said yes. And I thought you guys might be interested to A, meet my book club because they are wonderful girlies, but B, see what other books were available at 66 Books, because between us, we got quite a lot of books. I think we got like 45 books between us. We did count on the way home because we were like, how cool would it be if we got 66? We didn't, we got 45. But anyway, go watch their book hauls and then we will come back and wrap up.
I got The Witches of Vardo. I got The Villa. Britt Marie was here. Withered Hill. And Notes on an Execution. And The Scarlet Letter. Yay! So, Notes on Execution. Queenie. Little Women. Promising Young Women. Jane Eyre. Flo made me get the whole series, so I've got all 6 books of the Gone series. Britt Marie was here, and The Secret Garden. Yay! There we go.
I got Heartstopper, that's the 3rd one. This is the 1st one. This is the 5th one. This is the 2nd one. This is for Andy.
Her boyfriend.
That's Notes of Execution. Got Wuthering Heights, a journal, and then The Secret Garden. I got The Vanishing Half, and then that's my boyfriend as well.
Okay, I got The Stepford Wives, Gone Girl, Rosemary's Baby, Notes on Execution, Naked Lunch, Queer, Monsters, The Singer Sisters, and How to Be an F1 Driver. Yay!
Alright pals, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to go to 66 Books, remember to check the website because they are only open, I think it's now 2 weekends a month, but do check because I would hate for someone to travel a really long way and then not be able to get in. But if you can go, if you're able to, it is the best experience. It is so much fun. You also just meet loads of book girlies. I ran into so many people who would just like tell me they loved a book that I was holding, or like say, oh yeah, that's in a series with that, or you should check out this book. It's just a really lovely place. Everyone is so friendly. The staff there are also lovely. So if you're able to, if you're a UK girly and you can get there, highly recommend. It is literally so much fun. I already can't wait to go back. We may or may not be planning another trip at some point. I'm very excited to read my books. Let me know which one I should start with. I think right now I really want to start Night Bitch or The Rachel Incident, probably just because I'm really in a literary fiction mood. Nothing's new, when am I not? If you're new, please subscribe. I would love to have you like the video, comment, all that fun stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. I love you, goodbye!